Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the CD guy, Johnny Z here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new studio album by the Smashing Pumpkins entitled Aghori Mhori Mei. First off, just some fast album facts. This is the 13th studio album by the Smashing Pumpkins, released today digitally on August 2nd, 2024 through Martha's Music, and this is the follow-up to Autumn, a rock opera in 3 acts. Rock opera part 3 came out in 2023, so 2024 now, new record. Let's dive in. Time for John's 5, my top 5 favorite songs from the new album. Coming in at number 1, I have to go with The Fall. This is classic Smashing Pumpkins through and through. An immediate throwback to the 90s alt-rock, post-grunge sound. I feel like I'm listening to something from Melancholy on this one. I definitely get 1979 vibes when I hear this track. I love the melodies on here and the bridge as well. Hands down, one of the strongest, Pumpkins ballads of the 21st century. And so just one thing, I wish this track was longer. That's how good it is. And so this is definitely a modern classic by the Smashing Pumpkins, and hands down, my favorite from the new record. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to go with Eden. This is a fantastic tone setter for the record. It's a great opener, in my opinion. It's grungy, it's psychedelic at times as well, with some great dueling guitar work here by Billy Corgan and James Iha. Another big standout here for me is the drumming by Jimmy Chamberlin. I think Autumn was really good, right? I really enjoyed all 3 parts of it, but I think, it's not exactly some of Jimmy's best work on the drums. Here he feels a lot more free and less creatively shackled, and so really able to let loose on this track, which I really enjoyed. Jimmy, when he's able to do that, is one of the best alternative rock drummers out there, so this song really is a great showcase for the entire band and makes for a great album opener in general. Coming in at number 3, I'm going to go with Murnau. What a stellar, poignant ballad to close out the record. It's orchestral driven, which is a great touch. I think adds a lot of weight to this track and almost a bit theatrical in classic Billy Corgan fashion. This makes for a great album closer, in my opinion. Has some of my favorite lyrics on the record as well. I think it's a really fitting way to close things out. Definitely feels like a grand finale on a number of different levels. For my number 4, let's go with Pentagrams. And I saw some people comparing this song to Depeche Mode, which I can definitely hear that. And that's the second song on the record. It's an interesting contrast from Eden in the sense that this track is more on the proggy side with a great use of synths as well. Rounding out John's 5 here, let's go with 999. A really solid, moody track here. I love the use of the piano here to convey a more downtrodden atmosphere, and the usage of synth and piano interludes throughout the record are, a really cool touch and seem to be a running theme on some of the more, progressive, introspective, sad type of tracks. And so speaking of that atmosphere and vibe, I think Corgan's vocal delivery here is my favorite of the album, and this song is definitely packed with a lot of emotion for sure, as conveyed in his vocal delivery, which I think is a huge part of what makes this song one of my top 5. So really enjoy it here at 999. Very solid stuff to round out my 5 favorite songs from this new record. Ultimately, this album gets an 8 out of 10 from me. There were no singles released for this record. We weren't really given a lot of time to prepare for this album either, so I really wasn't sure, what to expect on this record, but I think what we got here was a great mix of, some heavier post-grungy type tracks with more moody, if not progressive songs on here as well. And so both styles fit on the album and, don't really sound out of place at all. It's got great variety to it, and even though I liked Autumn a lot, I think this feels like a much more, cohesive band effort here, much more of an all-hands-on-deck type of feel to it. Billy Corgan's vocals still sound strong. His voice is, super unique and recognizable still to this day. And I guess my biggest criticism here would be that, the production is okay, but it definitely could be better. I feel like some of these songs definitely sound a bit congested at times. The band sounds fine, but the production could be improved upon. But nevertheless, this is the band's strongest record in years as far as I'm concerned. And, it's great to still see them putting out new records on a pretty consistent basis. Not to mention, between this album and the new Manson music from today, this is a great day for 90s rock fans. So a lot to look forward to. And this album here, this sort of surprise record by the Smashing Pumpkins, we weren't really given a lot of notice. And again, no singles, definitely did yield some great results, especially in my opinion. I really enjoy it here. I dig it. I enjoy it more than Autumn. Like I said, probably their best record in many years. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that wraps up this review here. Briefly, just wanted to share my thoughts on the new Smashing Pumpkins studio album, Aghori Mhori Mei. I dig it quite a bit. Going to keep listening as well, but just wanted to share my thoughts here briefly. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below. Turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss a new upload, and let me know down in the comment section below what are your thoughts on the new record by the Smashing Pumpkins. Did you enjoy it? Did it live up to your expectations? Is it better than Autumn? I definitely want to hear from you, so let me know all that good stuff down in the comments. And until next time, it's the CD guy, Johnny Z, signing off. Take care, everybody.